Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be an informational plant and garden tour. We'll be going in, the indoor greenhouse in a second, but really, in the beginning, I really do want to talk about the brand new watering system we're going to be working with this summer. Before we do go ahead and start, this video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you're not missing a video, and please like this video. Let's go and start. So, here is a brand new watering system. There's so many beautiful plants out here that I'll be talking about in a second, and luckily today it is a lot brighter today, so very excited to film this wonderful video. But just check that out. Now you can see it kind of goes back and forth, slowly turns here and there. That pot is flooding quite a bit, so that's not the best, but just for watering, this works so well. In a second, I don't really know how well you can see it, but kind of listen. It gets stuff so well. I'm really happy and satisfied with, that purchase, to really get my hands on something that's that wonderful really in the garden. So very excited to really work with that a lot more. And the next time we'll be out here will be the very end of the video to talk about, I guess that end half of the video. So I'll see you guys when we get inside to really talk about a lot of stuff we did with the first video today. Now, even though there's so much stuff growing in here, I'm only going to pick a few things to talk about because I really want to put a lot of today's video outside. Now, today, the entire fish tank got cleaned, everything in it, the walls, the everything in it, except the fish, really. But everything is doing well. I'm really hoping that this weekend we can go ahead and plant everything else. Strawberries are doing very good. I actually ended up watering it with nutrients yesterday. And I do feel like the ones that do have nutrients like this is a lot darker. The leaves are a lot darker than that, indicating that they're very healthy and thriving. So, I also have a lot of other great stuff, like 3 different types of peppers, yellow, green, and red. Moving up here, we have full-size, great, just original tomatoes, and we have 4 trays of cherry tomatoes. Then we have a lot of stuff down here, but the only things that I'm really going to look for possibly growing very soon is going to be bunching onions, spinach, asparagus, and for that's not much, but at the end of the day, there's still a lot of stuff to let grow and to let thrive. Another thing is, this fish tank isn't looking the best. I did overfeed it a little bit, so I did end up kind of having some problems there, but for the most part, it got a water change today. I'll probably do another water change tomorrow, but the water change really helped today because it was really bad this morning. But for the most part, it is doing very well. And yeah, very excited to really work with everything in here. And I will say the strawberries are probably one of my favorite things. And I really said that actually really loud. I didn't mean to say yell that one, but and I'm very excited because I'm about to get basically the same amount of strawberries you see right here in the mail again. So I'm gonna be having about 100 in here, so I'm very excited about that, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of planting very soon. So let's go outside now and talk about that beautiful garden. All right, so let's just start in this middle area because there's a lot of amazing stuff happening here. Number one, I'm growing a ton of lettuce, absolutely a ton. First thing I'm growing is oak leaf, black stem, and romaine. Now, for oak leaf, I have 2 things of it because oak leaf is a very phenomenal and absolutely amazing kind of lettuce. I'm also growing a ton of bunching, or a ton of butter crunch lettuce. I was going to say bunching onions, but that is not correct. And then I have 2 pots of some beautiful gourmet mix lettuce. Then over here, there's a lot of stuff. I have ruby red lettuce right there. I have grand lettuce right there. I have parsley right there. And then cilantro growing right there. Going over here, there's still some spaces that still need to be kind of filled up, but for the most part, those are doing very good. I still need to go up to the store, most likely Lowe's, and pick up a lot more plants and really work with that. So I'm really hoping I can eventually get oregano and quite a lot of other plants, lemongrass eventually out here, just so many different things. I'm growing spearmint and rosemary in this section. Those are doing so well. Looks like there's already some kind of weeds already growing in here, so that's not the best. That actually looks like cilantro. That's interesting. Okay, but for the most part, that's looking really good. I'm also growing celery right there, but that will most likely die out. Lavender, oh my goodness gracious, that smells so good. I'm also growing blue crop and Blu-ray blueberries. Both of those will most likely die out, but for the most part, they look like they're starting to come back, so that looks very, very good. I'm also growing an elephant ear in there and a ton of marigolds, so that should look amazing once that is starting to grow a lot more. Then, my number one plant, my most prized plant. So when you think of like a garden, usually gardeners have just a ton of plants growing, but usually every single gardener has that one area that they call their prized plants. And for my prized plants, this is going to be this area. Now, the strawberries are looking so good. There's so many just strawberries about to grow. Check all of that out. That looks so good. And that one looks like it's about to grow a ton of well, hopefully strawberries, but just keep this in mind, this is not all. Once in about 2 weeks, once it does start to produce those strawberries, it'll keep flowering till it gets very, very hot, most likely end of June or early July, when they will officially kind of significantly slow down. They still will produce stuff till well, basically the next frost, but up till then the season will be very, very awesome. I'm also growing potatoes in those 4 pots. It is incredibly windy. Wow. Okay, well, I'm growing potatoes in those are doing very good. I'm also growing onions, then I'm growing more onions in that, and then I'm growing, and this is new, little carrots, which are just finger carrots, and then normal sized carrots that are amazing. Now, you're probably looking at the top, noticing how it's kind of being pushed up in the middle. I'm actually growing a ton of peas. You can see a lot of them right there. That looks amazing. But I'm growing a ton of peas, and then hopefully by the time the potatoes do end up coming up, the pea season will just now be finishing up. But there's a lot of amazing stuff. I ended up doing that to onions and all the potato pots, but there's a lot of amazing stuff starting to happen. So very, very excited about all of that. Walking over here, I have the melon field already planted. I have honeydew, watermelon, and cantaloupe in this area. Looks really, really good. This area is starting to come up, and you can notice that there's going to be a lot of plants arriving here. This is going to be the sugar pea field. The main one where we have probably maybe 200 plants growing. And then this area is flooded just because we overwatered significantly just now. And this area doesn't water the best, but I did wash off the concrete as best as I could. So that's the only reason why it is really full. Then I have corn in this area, 3 rows of that. New today, I have beans, beet, radish, and mustard in those. And then over here, I have a ton of amazing stuff growing right here. I'm growing peas and kind of pushing down. I can definitely feel them growing. Yep, check that out. That looks amazing. Now, I wasn't originally planning to put peas in that, but I just happened to have a ton of peas, and then that's what I ended up doing with that. So, other than that, those are looking very, very good. So I'm extremely excited about that. But for the most part, everything else here is doing very, very good. So I'll see you guys when we get to the side where there's going to be a lot more plants to talk about. All right, it is extremely windy, but I'm growing a ton of flowers and sunflowers in that area. And then I'm also growing cosmos, California poppy seeds, and golden daisies in that, and those look phenomenal. Now for the front, there's a lot of amazing stuff, and you will never guess what's in this area. I am indeed growing cucumbers. There are so many cucumbers growing, maybe 1,000 seeds. That seems like a lot, maybe 500 to 800, but there are so many beautiful plants growing. So I'm very, very excited to go on to the other side where there's a lot of other plants growing too. All right, it is quite loud over here. I'm growing marigolds in those 2 pots, and I'm growing zinnias in those 2. And then over here, there's gonna be a lot of amazing stuff, but that really hasn't had time to be planted yet, but it will be planted hopefully in the next 2 days. So sadly, this is going to be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the main garden in a second once we do go ahead and end today's video. So if you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss every video, and please like this video. I really do want to honestly thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. We posted 3 videos today, including today's video, and I would really strongly recommend you guys check that out, and I'd really love it if you would. And if you guys made it to the very end of today's video, please comment down the word garden. And I know you guys made it to the very end of today's video, and I really do want to thank you all so incredibly much for staying all the way through today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.